Google Tag Manager is one of my essentials when it comes to setting up tracking and analytics on a website. Hi, I'm Muna from Munalytics, and today I'll be showing you how to install Google Tag Manager on a WordPress website. Before we jump in, one very important note. Google Tag Manager by itself will not do anything. It's just a box for you to put your scripts into. I did want to quickly cover why use Google Tag Manager, and there are three main reasons. The first is that all tracking scripts can be kept in a singular place. The second is that no developer experience is necessary for basic scripts at least. And the third being it's completely free. Now that we've covered that, we can jump straight into the installation of Google Tag Manager. So the first step is to set up Google Tag Manager container. In order to do so, you need to navigate to the website, log in with your Google account, and then you can click create an account. In your company, name it something relevant, select your country, and your container name. In this case, I'm just going to name it after the website. And for this demonstration, we will be setting up a web container. As you can see, you can set it up for apps, AMP, and server specific. Going to accept the agreement, and then you'll be greeted by the code that's needed to install Google Tag Manager on your website. If you do happen to close that, or you set up the container and come back at a later time to actually install it on your WordPress site, the way you can find the tracking again is just by clicking up here, and it will display again all of the code for you. All right, now that we have our GTM container set up, the next step is to log into the back end of your WordPress website and actually install the code itself on the website. For most of my clients, I use a specific plugin to install GTM on the site. So what you can do is go to add plugins on WordPress and search for header and footer. The one I personally use is WP Code, which has over 2 million installations and over 1,300 reviews. If we click install, once it's installed, you can click activate. Once you've activated, you should see on your bar code snippets. Hover over it and then go to header and footer. That should take you to this page here, at which point you will need to copy and paste the code you had earlier. Make sure that you paste the header section into the header and the body section into the body. Save changes. And with that, we should have now installed Google Tag Manager on our WordPress website. As a note, if you are using Avada or Elementor, there may be built-in options to add in a header and footer. I personally use Avada. And for Avada, under the advanced options, you should see code fields, and you'll see tracking codes here for header and body as well that you can install here. In general, it's not a good idea to have too many plugins on your website as it can slow them down. Now that we've installed Google Tag Manager on our website, we want to test that it's actually working. In order to do so, we'll navigate back to the Google Tag Manager container and we'll click Preview. When clicking Preview, you'll need to insert your website and click Connect. Now, if this connects, that means that GTM is working correctly. And there you have it. That's how you install GTM on WordPress. I did want to go over some of my best practices, especially when using the account with multiple people. And these would be naming conventions are very important. I tend to start off with the platform that's tracking. So Google Analytics, Google Ads tend to be right at the start of my tag. Make sure when you do push an update live, you give it some sort of version name and a bit of a brief description of what you've changed. And finally, just pausing or deleting unused tags, as the more tags you do have inside Google Tag Manager may slow down your site and affect just page speed insights. Let me know in the comments if you had any issues setting this up or if there's a different platform you'd like to see how to install Google Tag Manager on.